To get to the main island of Phi Phi Don, where most people stay, we took a speedboat, but you can also take a ferry, which is slightly cheaper. I thought it was kind of crazy that they put our bags on the front of the boat. I was actually kind of afraid of them falling off. To enter, you have to pay a small national park fee. They also carry your bags in these little carts on the way to your hotel. This is some of the walk on the way to our hotel. The streets are really narrow, so there's no rooms for motorbikes or cars, but honestly, it's kind of nice to be able to walk everywhere. Finally made it to the island of Phi Phi. I have actually never stayed on this main island. I've only ever visited like the small islands around, but I was really young, so I don't really remember much of it, just that it was beautiful. So I'm excited to be back. As I'm editing this video, I remembered something I wish someone told me before I went to the Phi Phi Islands, and that is the geography and where you can stay. The hotels are located on this main Phi Phi Don island. Typically, people will take a boat and do day trips around the island to go visit the bays, or they will take a boat and go down to this island here and visit Maya Bay and some of the other coves. Or like we did, we visited both islands in one day, so you'll see that in this video. I'll make a full video explaining everything I wish I knew before visiting the Phi Phi Island, so keep an eye out for that on my channel. Me and Nico just checked into this really like small hotel. They have a ton of these around the main island and they're all really affordable. This one was $80 a night, which, I mean, for what it is, you could say is a little pricey, especially like comparing it to Bali where you can maybe get a villa for cheaper, but it's not bad, and you know, it has everything we need, so not complaining. Our two beds, I'm gonna sleep on that side. I'm a little sad I won't get to sleep next to Nico, but he is excited about it.
Because I'll sleep tonight.
Oh.
Well, actually, probably not with the sound.
Yeah.
Bar area.
Hopefully, we're so nervous that apparently the island here of Phi Phi, like there's a lot of parties that go on and we're kind of near downtown. So hopefully there isn't super loud music that keeps us up at night. But we'll see, this is night one. So here's the tiny little room tour. This is the front door. You walk in, little mirror, cute. The beds, little window with not much of a view, but that's fine because we're gonna be out all day. And then just a bathroom. And the water at least runs hot, so I like taking hot showers. Sometimes devil hot showers, devilishly hot.
Loving you goes in circles round and round. Loving you goes in circles lost and found. Loving you goes in circles round and round. Loving you goes in circles lost and found.
First iced tea of the trip. I'm gonna be having so many of these. For our first full day on the island, we decided to go on a morning dive. We woke up really early at like 7 a.m. so we could join the rest of the group and get on the boat by 8. And look how calm and beautiful the water is. Honestly, waking up early to go explore is such a hack because it definitely gets busier during the day. For breakfast, we both wanted something light so we wouldn't feel like bloated while diving, so we had bananas and these nuts. And of course, had to put a generous amount of sunscreen even though we were wearing diving suits, still wanted to be extra protected. Also, you don't need to have a diving license in order to go and do a dive. You can do what's called a discovery dive, which is actually what Nico did. Our first dive was around this beautiful little island, and I didn't bring my GoPro, so I didn't get any underwater footage, but we saw 4 sharks. It was such a magical dive. I honestly felt so lucky. After the first dive, they served us some fruit, and then we were off to the next dive location. Okay, so we didn't actually prepare very well for this trip, and after one night at the other hotel, we had to switch hotels, but this second place ended up being much nicer. So here's a quick room tour of the second hotel, which, by the way, I include all the links down in my description box in all my travel videos, so take a look down there for where we stayed. And this hotel was more expensive, but honestly, it was worth the money. And if you can get a good deal like us, I would say go for it, because that few extra $30 or $40 a night really went a long way. I mean, the only thing I can really think of is the other place we stayed at was loud because we were right down where all the parties happen, and this place also offered free breakfast. We walked down to the beach to go watch the sunset again, and you can find a lot of these vendors who are offering day boat tours, which is what we did the next day. For dinner, I was craving some Thai food, so I got myself some tom yum soup, which is kind of like a seafoody soup with a coconut milk as well, but it's spicy, really flavorful. And of course, a must when you're in Thailand is mango sticky rice. The next day, we hired a private longtail boat to take us around the island and explore all the hidden beaches that you can only get to by water. We woke up, got changed, and ready for the day, and first things first, we had to go and enjoy the free breakfast from the hotel. The hotel's free breakfast also had an egg station, so we got an omelet to share, and they were cooking eggs in those tiny pans. They were so cute. We rented a private longtail boat for a full day, which equaled 6 hours, and it was definitely worth the money. We started our day early at 8 a.m. to try to beat the crowds, although when we got to Maya Bay, which is a very popular destination in the Phi Phi Islands, there was already beginning to be a line. You pay a small park fee, you walk through a forest, and then you get to see the beautiful bay. After checking out Maya Bay, we got back on the boat and checked out this other little cove with the bluest water I've ever seen.
Yummy!
This is actually a little unfortunate, but when we got to this bay, our driver got the boat stuck. I don't think he realized how shallow it was, and I'm pretty sure the reef was dead, but it's still unfortunate that we were probably causing some damage. But luckily, a local guy came and helped us get unstuck. I also want to add how much I loved the rock formations around the islands. The colors are stunning, and it's just a reminder of how unbelievable nature can feel. We came to our last stop, and this beach was one of my favorites. I just wanted to play here and chill all day. Our boat driver was so kind, he cut up fresh watermelon for us, and I ate so much that my stomach hurt afterwards, but it's one of those things where watermelon just hits so well after swimming. Once we got back to solid land, I had to get myself my second Thai tea of the trip before showering and getting ready for the evening. Today was so fun, and I'm starving now. I feel like we were so active, swimming, snorkeling. We also played frisbee. Do you just throw these in the trash? But I had the best day ever. This was such an amazing day. Thailand is so stunning. I can't believe my eyes. Like, I know that's so cliche to say, but genuinely when you're here, you're like, how is this real? Nature is like, genuinely takes your breath away. I don't know. This is like the most basic explanation, but speechless. Anyways, I just took a shower. I'm burned, as you can tell, and we're probably gonna do some work at the hotel before going to dinner for an early dinner because we're both pretty hungry. We just had breakfast and then some like takeout pizza on the boat, but Not really like a big lunch or anything, so an early dinner sounds really nice. We went to probably the only Mediterranean place on the island. Nico's stomach was hurting, so he wanted more simple food, but the food turned out to be really good. And then afterwards, I wanted some dessert because I have a huge sweet tooth, and we shared this coconut ice cream that came in a real coconut. So this was actually a really short trip to Thailand, and that was our last full day. This next morning, I had another Thai iced tea that I got at this local vendor that was much cheaper than the other more Western places, and so good. Also, boba. Should have gotten that, but still amazing. And then we took the ferry back to Krabi in order to catch our plane rides home. The ferry took about an hour and 40 minutes, but it was actually a really comfortable ride. There was air conditioning, and then we got lunch. I had a Thai version of chicken rice and got myself a sweet Thai coffee with condensed milk before boarding the plane and flying to Bangkok. We decided to do a layover in Bangkok just for one day before catching international flights, and it was really worth the trip. I'm really glad we ended up coming here instead of flying directly out of Krabi. We stayed at this hotel which had a spectacular spa. This hot tub setup was really cozy. They also had a cold plunge pool, which I struggled to get into and I barely stayed in. I stayed in for like 5 seconds and then got ready for our dinner date. Also, I have no idea what conditioner they had, but it was the softest conditioner I've ever used. My hair felt like crazy smooth after showering. This is me like amazed at how easily I could comb my hair. Also, because Nico booked this hotel using his Platinum Amex card, we got to use $100 in credit towards food, so we really got to splurge in our one night in Bangkok. We shared a Caesar salad, a burger, these lamb chops. I also got myself this green juice that I want to try to recreate. It was so good. We also shared salmon, and it was so sad that we only got one night here. The hotel also gave us complimentary breakfast for 2, so the next morning we woke up and went downstairs to enjoy the breakfast buffet. They also had these hot stations where you could order plates and you just give them this card so they deliver it to your table. This was really such a last-minute trip for us, and I'm really happy we ended up going and ended up staying the places we did. I'll make a full video of things I wish I knew before going and what I would have done differently, so stay tuned, and thank you again so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.